Hi everyone, it's Fat Vegan again. No, I'm not going to do a rant. I'm just going to say something. Um, Look, you want freedom, you want liberties, you want rights. We all need to accept and realize that the US dollar is nothing but a slave system. So if your wealth is in the US dollar, you better drop that like a hot potato because it's going to get you. They coming. They coming fast, hard, and I doubt that it's going to make 5 years. I just don't see it like with history and what's happened in history. Now maybe somebody knows something that I don't. I'll be honest, my memory of exactly what I've read, it's not it's vague. Like if I'm reading the book, it's like, oh yeah. But then like 2 weeks later, it's like, yeah, there's this part and there's that part, and this is why inflation happened in this case, and it took 8 years. It's not exact. I'm not exact science person, so do more research. Don't ever trust my words on in any type of advice of investment. I've lost so much. I am not. I've never actually profited from an investment. Well, overall, all the losses and the pluses, I'm way down. I'm like a bad gambler. But the reality is, if you do the research in the US dollar, the legitimacy of fiat currency and how long they tend to last, etc., 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 I think you'll come to the same conclusion. Whether you're a doctorate in college or whether you're Joe Blow who does welding and said screw college and makes more money than that doctorate as a welder. But um, sorry. A lot of doctors don't. They're the medical bills or the schooling is so expensive. Whew, crazy. Anyways, get out of the system. Have geez, the problem is owning property. You're in the system. Like they can always come after you. So you always have to be prepared to defend your rights and freedoms because you are the only one who can. Only you. Or they drag you through court illegally, unconstitutionally, with absolutely no evidence. They need no evidence. I swear to you, they need no evidence. I know because here in a day where anyone could take a photo, anyone could take a reasonable photo to show evidence of real bruising of an actual like attack, a physical attack with a stick, like a 2 foot long stick. If somebody was beat with a 2 foot long stick, they'd have a bruise bad enough to take a photo of your phone, but then they'll just come and attack you anyways because so and so said, and the cop claims that he saw this and that, and I mean, it's a go screw yourself country. If you believe in any remnants of George Washington's America, you are stupid. Because all you got to do is open up your door and look outside, or see how cops interact with civilians, or see how Biden talks on. Oh my God, oh, we're tired of waiting. Excuse me? Look, you low-life piece of garbage. The government works for the civilians, not the other way around. We're a republic, not a Nazi. Excuse me. See, I want to stop using that word. Because it's actually fascist, and we haven't gotten to the point yet. And I believe the word is yet because the same scumbags that did it in Germany are running our country today. We are living in a fascist system. And those of you who are so scared for your safety over this virus, and we have to agree and obey because we're scared. It's called use these things right here, not what the government has told you through their brainwashing program on CNN and NBC and even Fox News. Not their brainwashing program, but what's right here on your face, and see the people dying from the vaccine and see how no one's actually dying from COVID, and those who do, grandma and grandpa, who are already closing in on the end of their lives anyways, could have been saved by the medicines that are available today, but our government ignores it and actually will get doctors fired, and will actually have these doctors license possibly pulled. They are threatened. And if you, again, oh, well, I can't trust this guy. This guy's crazy. Yeah, that's right. I need a tinfoil hat, don't I? I mean, come on, people. Who's going to be an American civilian? Or who wants to be an American citizen? Because you can be the civilian who is owned by the government, or you can be a citizen. I just heard somebody talk about how, is it Paul? In the records of the New Testament, as the Christians call it. Which, by the way, everyone, that book is just a record of a man taking power. It's not the so-called Jesus may or may not have even existed. And even if he did, and he was a truly God-fearing Jewish man, let me tell you something right now, he would have no part in your Christian faith, because he would recognize himself as a man and would never, ever, 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 ever consider himself to be holy. Do you worship King David because he was the Mashiach? Sorry, that's another rant for another time. Anyways, I do research, and I try to, in all aspects of my life, so that way I actually understand what I'm talking about. And if it's not the verbatim from the original, then it ain't, it's just what we think. So, yeah. Anyways, back to reality. US dollar is going to collapse within 5 years. I would guess within 5 months, but I would have thought it would have already collapsed. I thought, actually, I think COVID was just to keep the US dollar from collapsing. Oil went to zero, not because it was worthless, but because nobody wanted to. Well, that's just my personal opinion. But now I'm sure this might actually get taken down with absolutely no one watching my videos except for the FBI and maybe one or two. Yeah. And if you're an FBI agent, dude, read history, man. How can you hate America so much? How do people who work for this government hate America so much and then claim to love it? Claim to love America, land of the free. I'm free, but I want government control in everything in my life. You freaking. I'm not going to say the N-word. We're going to call them fascists because that's what they are. They're fascist criminals. The communist, at least in this country. Because if you believe in freedom, then anyone who doesn't believe in freedom is actually a criminal trying to take your freedom. But again, I know that oh man, there's too many freaking babies out there. Oh my gosh, whiny babies. You know how the Nazis gained power in Germany, kept power, and then started a war that dragged the entire world and killed millions? Not only the Jewish nation, but also the millions that were killed in battle. I mean, do we not recognize this? Appeasement, giving up freedoms. Not what did Hitler say? We don't need guns, or something about the government's the only one who needs guns because we should trust the government, or I don't remember exactly the words. But look what's happening in Australia right now. Oh, surprise. Yes. The people, people back up cop. I'll back up a cop in a country that actually respects freedom and rights and liberties. That's not the United States of America anymore. As a disabled veteran of the U.S. Army, because I wanted to serve people for their rights and freedoms, because I wanted to protect people. And currently I volunteer and I help grow food to feed people. Because I care about people. Because I want people to live free and have rights and be healthy but what am I? I'm labeled as a criminal. Why? Because I believe in morals and values. Sorry about the shaking, but I start thinking about this. Anyways, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week, and I hope everyone's blessed. I just wanted to tell everyone, get out of the US dollar while you still can before it entirely collapses around you. Whether that's 5 months or 5 years or 10 years even, I don't know. I'm not psychic, but I tell you what, I don't want to be holding them ever again.